Now that I got this flat, got the pinholes lined up on the pattern, I just take this over to the bandsaw now that it is flat, so I can cut a lot of this excess away and not make so much micarta dust. Stuff stinks. Alright, now it's time to put on a respirator and start grinding, and I'm moving this camera out of here because of the dust. Okay, a little pause to vacuum up, change my wheel attachments to a smaller diameter wheel. So you can see what it's starting to look like. Still a lot of meat to take out of here, but I want a palm swell coming up from here. That's going to be about the thickest part of the handle right in there. And then when we get into this area, I want to reduce back down to just about that thickness, roughly, and then flaring out at the end. That's going to receive the smaller part of your hand a lot more comfortably than staying thick. And that's why I went to a smaller diameter wheel, so I can get that little curve in there. Again, I'm going to move the camera away from all this dust. I'm going to give you a little glimpse of what I'm doing. I'm not going to be kicking up a lot of dust. I just wanted to show you. Alright, it's coming together nicely. You see that grain pattern this micarta has? I think it's kind of nice. But I took my flatten attachment off so I can get some flex in my belt. And if I need it firmer, I'll move closer to the wheel. If I need it loose, I just come out here to the center. But this is all about, it's freehand. You do it by feel. And I'm going to stop on this heavy grit belt when I just start seeing steel. So when I want to get in this area, so when I get in here, I'm just going to roll it up here, and there's no hard pressure, just letting it float. I'm going to roll it back and forth and check it off, and when I start seeing steel right in here, I stop with this grit, and I'll do this again with a very fine grit, and we're going to go progressively finer till we're getting ready to get up to the 800 or so, and then we'll go back to hand sanding from that point. But yeah, this is still rough, but getting there. But you want to round it as you go, knock that corner down. Alright, we're just starting to see steel. So when I start seeing metal there, I won't put any more pressure in that spot. I'll kind of move my pressure up. And you notice I'm holding this with my fingertips. I'm not jamming into this machine. There's a little bit of steel. Alright, so we're done with this grit in that area, and we're going to move down and do the same thing down into here until we get it to that point, and then we're coming off this belt and going to something finer. Alright, moving the camera again. This area right here where that meets, I like to do by hand, just so I get a good blend. Try to work them down evenly. I just flop it back over and just keep my eye on it. You don't hurry this part. You don't hurry any of it, actually. Sometimes I wish there was a quicker way to heat treat, but there isn't. Okay, I'm working this with 1000 grit now. Pretty soon it'll be time to start doing an overall sand of the entire knife. And the only reason I'm sanding the micarta with this grit is for the benefit of the pins in this thong hole. I don't think this, past about 320, this really doesn't get any smoother because of the canvas matrix that it's made in. So, but that is what gives it its grip when wet. So I'm just making sure I'm hitting the heads of all the metal back here. And it doesn't take a whole lot of strokes at this grit to wipe away the evidence of the previous grit. So we're just working our way around. Now I'm getting back into this area. I'm switching over to a dowel rod. Get into those curves. Sure looks a lot different than when it did when I put the handle on. That's why I said the knife is at its ugliest just after you clip them big blocky handles on. But it's turning out real well. I got a really dense piece of neoprene here that I run over. Helps me not leave any sharp corners. You just want everything to blend. All right, next stop, 1200. Okay, after, and I should wear an apron, and I got two of them, but after some considerable elbow grease, we've got it up to its 2000 grit finish, and I'm happy with it. The red liner turned out really nicely and looks good next to the tang, and the micarta finished up the canvas micarta is wonderful stuff. It almost has a wood grain feel, but it does what it's supposed to do. I dipped this knife down in some water and gripped it, and it does take a grip on your hand when wet, so you're not liable to drop this when you're using it what it's intended to be used for, which is filleting fish, which can get messy, I suppose. But yeah, I wanted to get what I had uploaded to YouTube. Now, between the last video that I uploaded, I believe last night, and right here is a full week of time. So what happened is I had some equipment failure that I had to repair. So I got that out of the way, and then I could proceed with dressing this knife down from what you saw it last. And I'm happy that I was able to get this done in the time I have. So it's ready for the Maker's Mark and the McDonald logo, and going to be making a sheath next. Now, obviously, I haven't sharpened it. I wouldn't be running it through my fingers like this. I'll do that after I make the sheath. I don't want to get cut. But, man, is that a long knife or what? It is the longest knife that I can fit in my furnace. I had to go in diagonally to get all of this in there. But it fit. But this is the max of the knife I can make with the equipment that I have right now. But I am pleased with how it turned out. And I snuck a picture of it to Brian on Facebook, and it was only, I think, to 800 grit at that time. So he's not seen it to this point yet. So I'm eager to get everything finished, and I'm going to try to get this into the mail to him on Monday. With any luck, we should be able to get there. And I do wash my hands occasionally, and I should have before I shot this little scene, but I wanted to get this all finished, get it edited, and get it up on YouTube. So yeah, I'm happy with it. It's a little big for my hand, which means it ought to fit his hand just right. I'm hoping so. But yeah, it's something I can be proud of, I think. I worked hard on it, and I took my time, and got the result that I was looking for, and hopefully this is what Brian had in mind too. So anyway, guys, I sure appreciate it. You know, if you notice, I checked the little love button next to everybody's comment, because my videos don't get a lot of views, and I'm fine with that. The guys who comment and I interact with on YouTube, that's the circle for me. So when you guys make a comment, I do love it. I surely appreciate it. So we're going to get this one up on YouTube, and I thank you. And the next time you see me, I'm going to be making the sheath and putting the Maker's Mark on it, and we'll show you that process. Thanks a lot, guys.